Hello everybody, good afternoon, Rose here. So today I'm doing a react to a video that Foodie Beauty posted to her channel where she exposes some of the Instagram messages between herself and Sjam. And I'm also going to include a very interesting clip from a channel called What's Happening, showing Foodie Beauty and Sjam's interaction on June the 15th. And that interaction is very interesting, where Sjam mentions going someplace on the 15th. And Foodie Beauty kind of sort of in a way leading him on to believe that maybe he can perhaps visit her. So anybody that's been following the drama between Foodie Beauty and Sjam, for those who are not all the way caught up, let me catch you up here for a couple of minutes. Sjam is someone that he's been a very big tipper of Foodie Beauties. When he gets going in her chat, he will sit there and easily send her $1,000 to $2,000 plus in super chats at one time. So everybody knows who Sjam is because of the really large super chats. And so Foodie Beauty, she likes Sjam giving her all that money. And apparently Sjam had access to her Instagram and was talking to her on Instagram. And Sjam also claims to have her phone number. Not sure if that's true, but I would tend to believe that it is true, because if he's tipping that much money in super chats, she wants close contact with him, because we all know how Foodie Beauty likes money. And maybe by giving him her phone number, perhaps she might persuade him to send her money in other ways besides super chat, so she gets it directly. So last night, Sjam got on his channel and he made a video which he quickly deleted, where he was ranting on Foodie. He drove 8 hours to see her, and something happened. Something bad happened. He keeps saying that he was going to drive 8 hours and all he wanted was for her to wave at him through her window. I find that hard to believe, y'all, that somebody would drive 8 hours just for a hand wave. I believe that he was going to actually meet Foodie in person. That seems more logical than just waving from inside of a house. But he drove 8 hours. Something happened. He did not get whatever it is he expected to get. So he went to a motel or hotel near Foodie. He got a room and he proceeded to rant a little bit about Foodie. She got on her live and she was expressing worry about this person. Although, honestly, she didn't seem all that worried, because she was talking about this situation publicly and going off a little bit about him. And if you're honestly worried for your safety, if somebody is stalking you and you feel like your life is in possible danger, what you should be doing is getting offline and calling the police. And she did not do that. She didn't call the police. She did her public live stream talking about him. And then today she's exposing Instagram messages. And again, this gentleman got a motel or a hotel. He's near her. Wouldn't that be kind of a dangerous thing to do if you've got a potential stalker who's staying in a motel near you and they seem a bit unhinged? Wouldn't it be a bit dangerous to poke the bear by posting Instagram messages? I think so. I think the best way to handle a stalker situation is to seek legal counsel and the police to help you to protect yourself. But Foodie has not done that yet. So looking at all this stuff today, it makes me wonder, how real is this really? Is this all fake, made up drama? She doesn't look scared. Sjam is in a motel. And in the video that I'm going to show you, there were hints that he was planning to come see Foodie on the 15th. And she was talking about joking around marrying him. And the feeling is she kind of let him on a bit about something, about meeting up with him perhaps. But let me go ahead and just play the clips, and you guys can form your own opinion about what you see. So where do we start first? Let's start with, let me see. Let's start with this very quick, informative video from What's Happening. I will be linking the video in the description, and thank you, What's Happening, for posting this, because it kind of helps, you know, add to the timeline of events. I got to turn down the volume because there's some music playing. So there's Sjam sending her a super chat. Oh, oops.
Thanks, Sjam. You're the best, guys. I love you guys. Are you having pear seltzers tonight, Sjam? I want to try pear seltzers now. That sounds refreshing.
See, this person, Sjam, from the little bit that I saw of the video he posted, he seems a bit unhinged. Potentially, he might be a person that has the potential to get too attached. He seems to me to be that kind of person that you really should not play around with this person's feelings and lead them on. Perhaps he's someone that is too emotional. Maybe he's lonely. This is not someone you want to lead on and tease and get their feelings going. You know, he doesn't strike me as a person that he knows how to process his emotions well. Way too emotional, I mean. So here's Sjam saying, don't tease me, girl. You get my feels going. See, this is dangerous. When you've got somebody on the internet telling you that you're going to get all in their feels and they're giving you money, they're giving you large amounts of money, this can get dangerous really quick. He's sending her more messages. So here's Sjam. I guess he tried to contact Chantal, and he's saying 3 a.m. It was probably me. So he tried to contact her at 3 in the morning. Now, most normal people would know contacting somebody at 3 in the morning, that's a little late to reach out to somebody. Yeah, I know that Foodie is a night owl. Like, she's up all hours of the night, but still, you know, contacting somebody at 3 a.m. for something, unless it's a dire emergency and you need help, maybe you need someone to come pick you up from somewhere. Contacting somebody at 3 a.m. just is not appropriate. But he felt comfortable to do so. So here's more messages from Sjam. So he's saying, just saying my anxiety is going nuts. I love you no matter what, Chantal. So he's saying that he has anxiety. Sjam, if you have anxiety, it's not healthy for you to be around Chantal, because she's not someone that's going to soothe your anxiety.
Sjam is coming to see Sam. I'm gonna imagine Sjam and I got married.
See, and she just said that. Imagine if we got married. She knows he's going to see that. She knows he's going to hear that. So this person, Sjam, is potentially very emotional, maybe lonely. He's given her a lot of money, and she says things like that. You know, you're kind of playing with people's feelings when you do that, Foodie. And you should not do that to someone who is potentially unhinged or out of balance. You're playing a very dangerous game, ma'am.
Oh my God. Imagine I married a Beezer.
And she says it again. Imagine if I married a Beezer. Imagine if Sjam and I got married. She's teasing him by saying that. Teasing him. You should never do that.
If I married a Beezer, who would it be?
Yikes. Oh, there we go. Sjam Beezer says, hi, baby. Can't wait to say hi to you soon. So all this was from the 15th. This was 2 days ago. So he's letting her know that he's on the way. And thank you, What's Happening, for posting that very short, informative, and important clip to add to the timeline of events. So there was some interaction there that pointed in a direction that Foodie knew he was coming 2 days before it actually happened. You know, talking about plans to come see her. So now we're going to go over here. So Foodie decided to post some of the Instagram direct messages, although I was reading in the comments, she did not post all of them, that there are some messages missing, like she's deleting stuff. Foodie, if everything is above board, why are you deleting messages? What exactly are you hiding? What are you hiding? You're trying to paint this picture like this guy is a creeper stalker and it was all on his end, but why are you deleting messages? Why are you deleting some of the things being said back and forth? Makes you wonder. So let's get started.
Hey guys, so I'm just gonna put out this one video and then be done with the Sjam drama stuff. I don't know. So I don't get pleasure in this, but
You know, you say you don't get pleasure in it. Maybe it's not pleasure that you're seeking, but financial compensation. Because if the guy is a real creeper and a stalker, and you are afraid for your life, Foodie, this is the last thing you should be doing, knowing that he tunes into your channel and he's going to see this, and especially considering the fact that he's in a motel or a hotel near you. He's not even 8 hours away right now. He was staying in a motel last night, and he's probably still there. You were acting scared and concerned in your live last night, but this morning you're going to get up and post the Instagram messages, you know, poking at this person who may be emotionally unstable. Is this a smart thing to do? No, ma'am, it is not.
I'm going to have to show my Instagram direct messages with.
No, you don't. You don't have to show them. You're doing this because you want to make money off this drama. See, that's the problem with you. Nothing in your life is private. You overshare. And some of the people in your audience may be unbalanced, unhinged, too emotionally attached to you, thinking that they're closer to you than what they actually are. And you are playing with fire when you're interacting with those people. You don't have to show your Instagram messages. You did this so that you can make some money off the views. And also just to kind of make this person angry and basically say, look, I got your money. There's nothing you can do about it. Now go away.
With this person, Sjam, because I just want to show that I don't really know. Maybe you guys can point out. Maybe if I led him on, I don't really think that I did, but
I think you did. I think you did. Not to an extreme degree did you lead him on, but we just saw the clip from What's Happening where you were sitting there teasing him, saying, like, what if I married Sjam? If I married someone, who would it be? It would probably be Sjam. Girl, we all know that Sjam is not your type. The only type that he is to you is the type of VIP you like because he's got a lot of money. That's the only way he's your type. You like the exotic men. And even if you were an exotic man, you like men that don't have their own money. You purposely seek out men that don't have their own financial means. Because although you say you want love, you don't want love, because being in love means the other person has the choice to walk away from you if you act up. You don't want love. You want someone to be codependent on you and to need you, because if they need you versus love you, they can't walk away. You want that man financially dependent on you. And obviously, Sjam has a lot of money, so he would not need you. So even if he were a good looking guy, the fact that he's got money, you don't want that. You want that person to be poor or broke or near broke, because then they can depend on you for money and they'll be forced to deal with you.
We will see. In my opinion, with the messages, I feel like he should have waited for confirmation from me. You will see several instances where
There's that interesting word again, confirmation. So you kind of admit that you were talking to him and he approached you about meeting you. And you maybe were flip-floppy about, should I meet this guy? Should I not meet this guy? But it was obviously something that was discussed, because you did not directly say, no, I don't want to meet you. If you had said no, then there would not be this maybe, maybe not thing where he would need confirmation, right? Right. So there's that interesting word you use, confirmation. If you said no, if there was a direct no, why would he need confirmation? Somebody says, hey, I want to meet you. If you don't want to meet someone, your answer should be, thank you very much, but no. And the door is shut. I think that you teased him with the idea of meeting you. I don't know if he took it upon himself to meet you anyway, or maybe you promised to meet up with him somewhere. And maybe because he went public and said he was going to meet you at the beginning of his road trip, that freaked you out and you said no, because he made it public. Maybe you didn't want people to know that you were meeting up with Sjam. Maybe he promised you lots of money if you did. But because he made it public, you didn't want anybody to know that you were meeting up with one of your beezers. He exposed it, so you backed all the way out.
he obsessively calls me over and over and over. So yeah, if anything, this experience has taught me that I need to be more responsible for my own safety. And
Question. So if this guy was obsessively calling you, Foodie, why didn't you stop it long ago? You say he's obsessively calling me. Why are you allowing it? Why not block him? I mean, I already know the answer to that question, because you wanted to keep that money train going. You chose the money over doing what you should have done and shutting down that obsession. You let it continue because that obsession worked financially in your favor. You should have shut it down long ago if it got too much, but you let it continue. At the first sign that this guy was unstable and being obsessive, you should have stopped it right then and there, but you kept him on the hook because you wanted the money. So you fostered this obsession to grow over time, didn't you? Yeah, you did. I'm not saying that Sjam should be going to Foodie's house and driving by and acting like a stalker. No, I'm just saying Foodie has some of the responsibility for some of what happened last night.
maybe just be more conscious and aware of the relationship that could develop between people. Just it's just a weird dynamic sometimes with creators and their viewers. And regardless, I do love you guys. Please don't take that literally and come stalk me. Bye. So this is for some reason as far as I can go back. I'm sure he'll have the same DM, so he's free to do whatever he wants if he wants to release something as well. This is just what I have. This is as far as I can go back for some reason. This was from before when he sent me all of those super chats.
Okay, so this message right here. I know you're not sleeping. Sexercise probably can't send you money guys money if you're not live. That's a bunch of bull. That is such a bunch of bull. He can't send her money if she's not live. I remember more than one live stream that Foodie did where she actually got angry because people were not sending her money through her PayPal versus super chats. She got angry because people weren't funneling the money directly to her. So if you got a big money whale like Sjam that is sending her super chats, you don't think they've had a conversation about, hey, can you send me money on PayPal or Cash App instead? You don't think that happened? I'll bet dimes to donuts he has sent her money through PayPal or Cash App. I bet anything that he did that conversation happened. That Foodie asked him to send her money that way. He might have, he might not have, but I'm sure that conversation happened of her trying to get the money directly versus waiting a month or two to get the money from YouTube, and whatever money he sends her, 30% of that goes to YouTube, because if you send a super chat to somebody, 30% gets taken off the top from YouTube. And Foodie is all about as much money as possible in her pocket. She doesn't want to share.
Back when I was first starting to see Natter, I think last summer, I never asked him for super chats or anything.
Okay, so hold on a minute. Let's go back a bit. So all these conversations have happened late at night. Like you got 11:23 p.m. around midnight. Let's go back. So it's like midnight, and he's contacting her all hours, and she's saying this guy's obsessive. He's so obsessive. Why did you allow it to continue, Foodie?
Anything like that. So this is just going through our messages, as you can see there. As you can see, I might throw in a random hi because I do like that you guys message me. It's just I can't always answer all the time because I get so many, but I do love hearing from you guys.
You know, I'm just going to go on record as saying that her showing these messages, you have to know she probably deleted anything that would make her look guilty. Like she purposely deleted stuff so she could make this video and make herself look like the victim. Foodie likes to play the victim. I'm innocent. It's all somebody else's fault.
Even here, I'm clearly saying, oh, sorry, I can't chat right now, and then you can see here, he starts a series of calls that I don't answer. So, yeah.
And you didn't put a stop to it. If he kept calling you and calling you over and over, you didn't put a stop to it then. And then you get on live and you start talking about, well, what if I married Sjam, and if I married a Beezer, who would it be? Knowing that he's watching. And something that Monty, Stories from the Internet, brought up, and this kind of escaped my mind. Foodie was talking about a person, motorcycle guy, that she was supposed to see on the 15th. And isn't it funny that motorcycle guy and Sjam were going somewhere on the same day? I wonder if motorcycle guy is actually Sjam, that maybe she had plans to meet up with Sjam and she decided to take the money and run. So this guy is calling her late at night. Notice that all the calls are like around midnight. All around midnight. And she's not putting a stop to it. He's calling her frequently late at night. This is obsessive behavior, and it should have been stopped a long time ago. all around midnight.
I was kind of confused about the "you're talking to Nad's" comment. I didn't really understand. Maybe just I thought maybe he was like somebody who was just trying to get information. I think maybe I don't know.
No, probably not to get information, but we know how you work, Foodie. We know that you'll go live, and then if Natter wants to go live, or you feel like talking to him, you'll pull that crap of, I'm tired, guys. I'm tired. I gotta go, because you want to stop the live and go talk to Natter. You want to have your Natter daddy, phone time with Natter. So it's not that he was seeking out information. It's just that we know how you work. And look at this nut job, Sjam. So he's tried to call her at 2 o'clock in the morning. 2 o'clock. I mean, inappropriate. Very inappropriate. Calling her at 2 in the morning, it's too much. And more phone calls. He started at 1:57. He tried calling her, tried again. I mean, just calling over and over.
Here's where the messages start more recent.
Okay, so let's stop it here. So he called her a bunch of times, and then she replies back to him, thanks, you are too sweet. Message me tomorrow. Nasty sauce, OMG is sodium. So he's obsessively calling her, and then she replies to him. And she's being nice to him. She's not saying, hey, can you not call me as much? Can you like cut it out with the phone calls? Because that's inappropriate. She's keeping this guy going. Then he replies with, I really like you as a friend. You say don't send money, but it's the only time you talk to me. Yeah, Sjam, because that's all she wants is your money. She doesn't want to make you a friend. If you were a friend, you wouldn't have to pay Chantal. She'd hang out with you. You can go and walk in the park together or whatnot. All she wants is your money. She doesn't want personal contact of any kind. She doesn't want it. She's giving you just enough to keep you on the hook so that she can continue to milk you for as long as possible. And when she feels like you've given her all that you can give, she'll drop you. She's famous for teasing people and making them believe, hey, yeah, we're going to go meet up. And then it never happens. I really like you as a friend. You say you don't send money, but it's the only time you talk to me. And she's doing that on purpose, Sjam, because by withholding conversation, she can get more money out of you. We don't have to talk on the phone. It's all good. I've been there from the start. I'm not letting the VIBs treat me like crap. I did that to spite them, but please, if you can use it for your cats. Sjam, are you an idiot? You must be an idiot. Don't you remember Vegan for Life? She actually gave Chantal $200 just to take the cats to the vet. Did the cats ever go to the vet? No. No, she never did. And she's got plenty of money from YouTube that if she needs to care for the cats, she could do it herself. She could hire a mobile vet or a mobile groomers, doesn't do it. She's got as much money as she needs to take care of those animals. She's all about stuffing her maw full of food and buying the edibles. She's not about pet care.
Recently, all of those above missed calls are recent too, but this is the most recent conversations with SJ.
Yeah, so what's up with this? Why are you blurring everything, Chantal? Wasn't the purpose of this video to expose Sjam? So why are you blurring it? Why do you need to blur it? What is in those messages you don't want people to see?
Jam, and I didn't ask him to come down. You'll see. In my opinion, he should have.
How can we see anything if you blurred it? We don't know what he's saying. We don't know what you're saying. If you're trying to expose this man by blurring everything, you're making yourself look guilty, because it's going to make everybody wonder what is in those blurred messages, Chantal? What's in those blurred messages? Is it personal information? Is it an address? Is it a phone number? What is in those messages? And why are both of these messages in their entirety blurred out? What's in them?
Confirmed that he was coming and made proper plans.
See, there's like three blurred messages right there.
So this is just the ending of the conversation. I did send him a screen capture of my community post, and I just end.
Oh, so we jump from blurred messages to this. What's in this blurred message? He says, we don't have to talk on the phone. All good. I've been there from the start. I'm not letting the VIBs treat me like crap. I did that to spite them, but please, if you can, use it for your cats, which she never will. And she's still talking to him. She's still engaging with this man, saying, I will, and yes, we can talk. I talk, and I don't know what this is. I like supporting people in my life, probably sleeping, since I kept you up all night. Why did you keep him up all night? How did you keep him up all night? If you want your money back, as Sjam, on payday, I can give it back. Foodie does not give money back. She's not going to give his money back. I mean, Vegan for Life gave her $200 for the pets, and she didn't give that back. And Sjam's over here giving her thousands. Does anybody believe she gave Sjam back any of that money? No. No, absolutely not. Foodie has gone on record as to saying, if you give me money, once you give it to me, it's mine, and I can use it for whatever I want. And that's just how it is.
Ended the conversation with him by blocking the account because he was calling me out of control, and I just thought it was probably the best thing to do. I did block him as abuser.
More blurred messages. What do they say? More, you know what? You're blurring out half the stuff that happened. Why?
No hard feelings. I'm totally over it. Please do not harass this person. I would like to just forget and move on. I wish you all the best in life, and I hope you have.
Okay, so let me just pull it back. Somehow I missed the messages. Sorry. I got the message on my main FB from a random asking if I'm the feeder that sends you money that does chargebacks. I don't know how anyone figured out my real name. I don't think you even know it. I don't know why they always say I do chargebacks. I don't. Let me tell you something, Sjam. This is the internet. And you're someone giving Foodie Beauty lots of money. You don't think Kiwi Farms is going to be all over you trying to figure out who you are? And you made a point to go in real life and meet Foodie. You decided to do your own version of cow tipping. Yeah, the farms are all over you. They know exactly who you are. They know a lot of your information, different pages you have on the internet. I've seen them. If you make a point to be someone that, A, you're going to be around Foodie, B, you're going to offer huge amounts of financial support, the farms is going to be eyeballing you. And once they eyeball you and they find you out, then other people will know who you are too. You filmed yourself driving to her house. You did that. And then after that, you made a point to make a short video ranting at Foodie. You inserted yourself into Shantopolis. Now, at least for a short while, you are a part of it, sir. So if you don't like exposure, you should not have gotten around somebody who's known for exposing people. Or by being around her, other people are going to expose you. If you were concerned about your privacy, you had no business being around Foodie in the first place.
And move on. I wish you all the best in life, and I hope you have a wonderful life, all of you, and I'll see you later.
And yet this guy's still continuing to call her at 1 o'clock in the morning, and she did not put a stop to it. She didn't put a stop to it. Look, all those calls, 1 o'clock in the morning, repeatedly. if he was so obsessive, why didn't she put a stop to it immediately? Why not block him before all these calls? Oh, here we go. He says, oh, you live in Ontario? Awesome. I forgot about that. The food looks good. Do you drive? So here she is encouraging him. She got a bunch of phone calls from Sjam. Didn't block him then. She continues to talk to him. She's teasing him and she's leading him on.
So here's like where the only conversation is about him coming down. And I was just kind of making small talk, like, oh, that's cool. Like maybe a lot of beezers talk about maybe having a meetup someday, you know, and I just, yeah, maybe it would be cool someday for sure. Someday when I'm like ready, I don't know. I just don't like people showing up at my house. I just feel invaded.
So this very emotionally involved with Foodie Beezer, you know, he wants to come see Foodie, and he's actually suggesting that he wants to come inside of her house and clean the villa. Which those of us that watch Foodie, we would love it if anybody cleaned that house. But this Beezer actually believes that she's going to let him in her house, in her personal space, to clean. Foodie would never let that happen. Wait a minute. So she blocked the account. Did y'all catch that? Let me go back a little bit. Watch this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm seeing that she said it blocks his account. I got it wrong. Sorry. So he's offering to clean the villa. He wants to get in her personal space and hear more of these missed calls because she hasn't blocked him. Not yet. And so she made a point to send him her community post where she was essentially talking about him. Makes a point to do so. I mean, I'm sure he could read her community post. He'd be alerted to it, but she made a point to let him know. So that was the video. Let's go on to the comments of this Instagram message video. Rachel Green says, if you do actually have a stalker, do not antagonize them. Showing this attention to them further encourages their response. This is true. I agree with you. If you have a stalker, you cannot give them attention. You can't encourage them. You can't flirt with them. You can't be friendly with them. I mean, who's friendly with a stalker? It seems like Foodie is. Lucky Lola says, this guy is a complete creeper, but I don't get how you didn't learn your lesson with Karate Joe. She's not a person that learns lessons. She finds someone with money and she will milk them as much as she can milk them. And then when she's done with them, she's done with them. 3R says, in all honesty, you two are a match made in heaven. You love stalking people that want nothing to do with you, and after, you'll go and get drunk and make an absolute fool of yourself for the internet to see. Please marry Sjam. She'll never marry Sjam. He's not her type. He is so not her type. If he were her type, she'd be all over him. And she'd fall madly in love, but he is not her type. You know, he's got a lot of money, and if Foodie pulls any crap, he could kick her out or leave, and she's not about that letting somebody leave life. Anna says, I would have blocked him ASAP. Even your chat told you he was creepy. You kept accepting money from him, and he was obsessing over your attention. It was on par with how Karate Joe acts. Well, I said in my last react, I feel that Mr. Karate Joe was a very profitable feeder because he encouraged Foodie to eat, and she actually let Karate Joe tell her what to do on her channel. And we all know how defiant Foodie is. She doesn't like anybody telling her what to do. So if she was letting Karate Joe tell her what to do, you have to ask yourself why. Why was she being a bit subservient to Karate Joe, unless he was a very profitable feeder? And then when he became a non-feeder, like, or maybe not sending her money, and then all the allegations against Karate Joe popped up, she had to let him go. Gat says, didn't you require RCMP intervention when you stalked a dude in the past? Or did you change your mind about that story? Yeah, Foodie's done some stalking of her own in her distant past, and she's done it to Natter, so she's got stalker ways as well. Manure Maiden says, I love how we can break up with Sjam, but God forbid we break up with Natter. Yeah, isn't that kind of crazy? Unbought says, you immediately publicized this. If you felt threatened, why didn't you go to the cops immediately? Instead, you ran to YouTube for some clicks and views. By the way, did you return any of the money or request that he not send you any super chats? If not, then you know better than Natter. Well, she said in a couple of messages that she would return the money on payday. I don't think she did that, but she never told him to stop sending her money. She never blocked him from sending her money. She kept that going. And because of that, the obsession with her just kept growing. And, you know, all those obsessive phone calls happened when they didn't have to. Candy Cane says, I do not enjoy this. Ma'am, you literally did sex kitten last night to his threats. I don't know. Sounds like you invited the guy to talk and he seemed interested in meeting up. You don't string people along and then say you did nothing to them. For months you've said, my beezers are welcome. Maybe one day we can all meet up. When I clean the villa, I can have you all over. And you always joke about people coming to see you, so the blame's all on you. Don't lead people on and act like you're friends with when you just want their money. Yeah, she's created this environment of wanting to meet all of her beezers, wanting to be friends with all of her beezers, and her words are not genuine. They're not. She doesn't want to meet anybody. That's abundantly clear. I believe that she made plans with Sandy and Ange, and that fell through. So even if SJM does have a lot of money, if she wanted to meet him, she would have met him. Unless all of this crap going on right now, it's just a ruse. Like, oh, I don't want to meet him, and Instagram messages, and maybe because he's in a motel, she might be meeting up with him secretly. I mean, she is in need of money, and if SJM offers her a lot, maybe they might arrange a meeting behind everybody's back. We won't know yet. I am the bee that got stepped on says, refund all of his money he ever sent you, and don't poke the bear with giving him attention. If you feel like you're truly being stalked, that is. I don't think she feels stalked. I don't think she feels like she's in danger. She would have called the cops if she did. I think she was just toying with him, that he was supposed to keep this meeting a secret. He exposed it, and she freaked out and said, let's just do it at another time. Well, let's play up this angle like you're being creepy, blah, blah, blah. You know, like with Foodie, you always got to look for the lies, because the lies in her world are more the truth than the truth is. This whole stalker thing that Foodie's doing, it's just another way to paint herself the victim, and to get sympathy from people, and to get money from people. Oh, I've got a stalker. I did nothing wrong. He just got obsessive over me. She likes to play the victim, but she's not really the victim, because you guys saw the messages. She did not shut things down when it got out of control. She kept this guy on the hook and kept it going just to get those super chats flowing. She's not a victim in any regard. TM says, I watched a video where they were flirting, but nowhere did she say, yes, let's get together. Or did she say, come over? Most people realize that flirting is just mainly talk, specifically over the phone. By the way, is this the same person saying a couple of weeks back they were going to show up at her house on the 10th of this month? I believe it is. It might be. But here's the thing. Foodie is only going to show us things that paint her in a good light. We don't know about other messages that she's not showing us or any other private conversations they might have had on an actual phone. There might be a lot more to this. I'm sensing there's a lot of missing pieces that would paint more of the truth. She's only showing us her version of the truth to make it seem like she's in the right and he's in the wrong. People saying, if you're so worried, go to the police. Posting this is just for attention. Go to the police. People are scary. She's not scared. If she were scared of this guy, she wouldn't be posting this video because that's antagonizing him. And he's close by her right now. Everybody's saying that she should refund all of his money and just be done with him. I doubt she's going to do that because he's sent her literally thousands in super chats. Consequences, him coming to see you was not okay. But when he said he was coming to visit and wanted you to wave, was that not the time to say all you said in that community post? Could you not have said that to him privately first? Exactly. Why not talk to him privately? Why do this publicly? The community post was for him, mainly for him. It was her politely scolding him, but doing it in a public way. Why not communicate with him privately? Why? Because she wants the drama and she wants to paint herself the victim when she's not the victim. Slime Puppy says he is clearly a total creep, and I don't believe you let him on. I'm sorry, Slime Puppy, I believe she did. But you absolutely have created this issue for yourself by constantly giving way too much info about yourself and your messy life and not establishing boundaries with your VIPs who treat you like punching bags or like therapists depending on the day. Majority, if not all your VIPs are mentally unwell people who are desperate for attention. I'm not going to judge all the VIPs. I don't know those people, no personal interaction with them, but there seems to be a lot of people getting too involved with Chantal. Let's put it that way. I'm getting a sense that there's a lot of people in her chat that maybe they're broken people, maybe they're lonely and they're looking for someone that's a little weird and quirky and strange, and maybe they themselves are weird, quirky, and strange, and they just found her and decided I relate the most to her, so I think I'll stay here. I mean, I don't know, but there seems to be like a string of people in her past that were a bit off, like Karate Joe and Missy Moo and Austin Beezer. I mean, there's quite a few. There's quite a few people. She seems to attract a certain type of person. CS says, of course you blur stuff out. Come on, exactly. All those blurred things, what were they saying? For them, Venom's wife says, because she's guilty. Lucille says, right? I'm just going to show you everything. Proceeds to blur and jump cut entire video. Ma'am, right, if you're going to expose things, expose it in its entirety. If you've done nothing wrong, why blur parts out? That looks really sus, Chantal. Vixen Jones says, June 7th, you messed with your messages. Shaking my head. Yeah, she edited a lot of stuff for this video. Unbought says, you actually used his picture in your thumbnail. Wow. Yeah, so putting his picture on a thumbnail. If you were potentially being stalked, would you do that? Would you antagonize your supposed stalker creeper? Nah, because that's just dangerous and stupid. Venom's wife says, biggest red flag, you're lying. Blurring half the conversation out. Where is from October 3rd until present when he so-called comes to your house? I think there is something in between we're missing. You're trying to make yourself look innocent. Absolutely, Venom. Absolutely. The guilty always run away from truth. Why blur out half the conversation if it's just him running after you for no reason? Let's see. Louise says, You always lead people on. You've done it with Karate Joe, Lewis, Sandy, and Ange, Shani, Travanda. You take. When they want the friendship to go further, you turn nasty. Stop saying you love your beezers and they are your friends, etc., as some of them will take it literally. You're to blame. You never take responsibility for your actions. If this was a man on YouTube doing what you're doing, talking to his fans, leading them on for money and gifts, there would be an uproar. I agree. She's got a history of using people, promising people things, and then everything goes sour. Pilates Maven says, how did he get your phone number? Anna says, didn't she tell people her number on live? Oh, it's Instagram. But he might also have her personal number. He might. Let's see. So that's all the comments for the video. So I welcome everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this matter. What do you guys think? What is your feeling? My feeling is, in closing, I think that this person, Sjam, he drove to Ottawa for a reason. My feeling is there was something that was promised, whether it was a hand wave from a window or some kind of a personal meeting, either at a hotel or somewhere. I think that's why he drove 8 hours. Something must have prompted him to drive all that way. He was promised something. What he was promised, I can't say, but he was promised something, and that's what made him get in his car and drive 8 hours to Foodie. And she might be with him right now, and all of this could be just one big gigantic lie. Maybe he was promised something. Maybe because he went public with meeting her, she freaked out and decided to throw everybody off the track, but still continue to meet him. We don't know. I don't think it was simply just a case of a very generous beezer giving her money and then taking it upon themselves to meet her. I think, knowing Foodie, she promised him something. She gave the impression that they could meet somehow, somewhere, doing something that got him excited, and he went to go see her. That was the purpose of the visit. I mean, it does seem kind of suspicious that she talked about, I think it was, meeting up with motorcycle guy right about the same time that he wanted to come down. So how is she going to meet and hang out with two people at once unless they're both the same person? I think maybe she wanted a secret meeting with Sjam for the purpose of getting more money out of him, either at that moment or perhaps later. Or this could just be another story arc for her. I mean, there's so many directions you can go with this. So what do you guys think? I'm eager to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions. Let me know. So thanks for watching, everybody, and please have a good day, and please check out the other channels that I'll have posted in the description. The What's Happening channel, I'll leave a link for the video in the description. And thank you very much, and have a good one. Bye-bye.